Hello there, welcome to Pets Aplenty. If you want to know how to buy a horse, you've clicked on the right video. Today on the channel, we'll be giving you some tips, or let's call them the standard rules, you need to know before you go out there to buy a horse. Knowing these tips will protect you from making costly mistakes when buying a horse now and in the future. Before we continue, we would love for you to subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications. Rule number 1. Do some research. When buying a horse, your first move should be checking out different barns online or in your local area for horses that are up for sale. Upon finding one, proceed to further research before considering going out there to see the horse. Get the owner's contact so you can ask questions either through a phone call, a text, chat, or email. Here are some questions that are helpful. Why is the horse for sale? Where is the horse in the herd's social hierarchy? Does he have any bad habits? Is the buddy or barn sour? How spooky is he? Pay attention to how the owner answers each question. Be ready to read the owner's senses through what he says or does not say. Suppose you're not satisfied with a particular answer. In that case, you can rephrase the question and ask again until you're pretty clear about that point. Find out everything that you can before proceeding to see the horse, as sometimes when you visit the horse first, your emotions might play tricks on you. Rule number 2. Take your time. Since you now have all the information you need, you might want to take some time out to breathe and think about it. Ensure the horse choice you've made is the right one for you, especially if you have a purpose or use for it. Then proceed to visit the barn or the environment the horse lives in. Don't jump straight into checking out the horse's beautiful mane and elegant looks. We suggest you scan through the environment to see if the horses are happy, if the barn is well kept, and also if the owner is trustworthy and relaxed through the process. Suppose you feel the previously gathered information does not correspond with what you see. In that case, you have to continue asking more questions to get more details. Do not deviate from the primary goal of visiting the location in the first place. Get all the answers before taking your leave. Rule number 3. Look into the horse's background. Check if the horse has passed through too many hands. This signifies that nobody wants to keep that horse. You also want to know if the horse is well trained and if it has had any major event in its lifetime. Ask if the horse is a therapy horse, a ranch horse, or a lesson horse. If this horse has done everything you expected of it, then it's the right one for you. The horse's background should also cover his training and grooming. This is an essential aspect for you to check as well. You want to know everything the horse has learned or has been made to do in that environment. A well-trained horse will have a willing nature and a kind disposition. Find out its spookiness level on a scale of 1 to 10. If you have less than a 7, you might want to reconsider your decision. Rule number 4. Pay attention. If you still want to buy the horse after steps 1 to 3, proceed by paying attention to minor things. Look for some signs of a tense relationship between the horse and the owner. Check out their bond level. If they have a good rapport, then the horse is probably good. Without good human training and bond, the horse will most likely misbehave. The conversation between you and the owner should suggest that the owner will miss the horse after leaving the barn. If he's excited that the horse is going, then that, my friend, is a red flag. The owner of a lovable, well-behaved horse should be curious to know how you'll take care of the horse when you get home. He'll want to ensure the horse gets the same excellent treatment and grooming it always has, and even more. Another obvious red flag to look out for is if the owner of the horse misses the appointment. If the owner doesn't show up without a good reason, there's no point in moving ahead with buying that horse. After all, no one sells off his beloved horse to a total stranger without meeting the person first. Rule number 5. Ask for documentation. Demand all the horse's documentation from the owner and go through them thoroughly. If you are told that the horse does not come with any registration or veterinary papers, quickly call off the transaction. Sometimes, some horse owners try to withhold the documents to avoid discovering certain illnesses like colic and laminitis. Some even fraudulently give the wrong breeding information to buyers. Make the transaction conditional on receiving all required documents, including registration papers and veterinarian records. Request to be given the essential documents which describe the horse's history. You can ask for a list of the previous owners and their contacts, if any. Make straightforward statements requesting every medical record the horse has, its insurance, and where it came from. Be sure the owner has a valid ID and the information and signature match that on the bill of sale before you go home with it. Aside from the confidence and trust that it gives you as the new owner, it is also essential for referral and legal purposes should the need arise. Rule number 6. Ask for a test ride. A test ride is an essential step before making up your mind about buying a particular horse you found. For this step, you might want to slow down on hopping into the horse. You must observe it being ridden before moving over to ride it yourself. However, horse sellers are cautious of time wasters who come for a free ride on their horse, so try to explain why you're taking your time. Tell the owner how important it is for you to avoid making a mistake so they don't think you're dragging them around for no reason. This is not a one-off test. Ask to examine the horse in various circumstances for several days. During the test, take note of every single move. Check to see if the rider requires assistance getting on and whether the horse stands still. You must know if this is a horse that permits a rider to mount without help. Otherwise, you'll be unable to accomplish anything with it on your own. If the horse has been ridden incorrectly by a bad rider, it has likely picked up undesirable behaviors, so it might not be the right horse for you. Inquire about consistent transitions between walk, canter, and trot, as well as circle work and jumping. Suppose the horse rushes its shifts or is very sensitive to the legs and hands. In that case, it is not suitable for a beginning rider since both will be upset by each other's actions. Ask to mount on the horse alone. That way, you'll know for a fact that you'll be fine doing things at home. Even though the owner is willing to assist you, you must adjust the stirrups and girth yourself. Do it again to prove to yourself that this primary job is achievable. Remember that you're searching for a responsive horse who responds to mild aids and goes quietly and smoothly through changes. Rule number 7. Seek expert advice. Make further arrangements to go there with an expert who has a good horse sense for proper evaluation. An expert will always spot out anything that you would usually overlook. Do well to hand over the documents that the owner had given you to the expert for proper evaluation. This horse expert could be your family, friend, veterinarian, or fellow horse owner. But this is a crucial rule: never ignore an expert evaluation and advice when buying a horse. Well, that's it for today's video on how to buy a horse. Did you find helpful information in this video? If you did, let us know in the comments section. Also, share this video as you might just be helping someone make the right choice in a remarkable life journey. Remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on post notifications so you can be the first to know when we post a new pet video. Do well to check out our playlists and click on the video links that pop up at the end of this video. Thank you for watching.